Hey there, Jim and Cindy here from OUTAPocket. Today we're installing insulated window covers on the side windows and the rear windows of our Solis Pocket.
You may be wondering why we chose to do this in the summertime. It's because it gets really hot in the summertime, and I'm just as interested in keeping the hot out as I am keeping the cold out in the wintertime.
These upgraded window covers were something that we saw on the new 2026 Solis Pocket, which we took a look at in our most recent video. And after some research, we found upgraded window covers that will fit our pocket.
The objective here is to keep the van cooler in the summer and save power.
And to keep it warmer in the winter, hopefully saving some propane.
Hopefully we can also cut down on some of the ambient noise that we hear through the walls of the pocket.
And these new window covers, especially in this color, we're hoping will give the inside of the van kind of a brighter, fresher look than all the black ones that come standard on the Pocket.
We've done a lot of research on the different products that are out there, and we believe we found the right ones for this. And
Yes.
Listen carefully, because these company names sound so similar.
So for the side windows, we found the Vanmade Gear insulated window shades. These are made specifically for the windows of the Solis Pocket.
And the Van in Camp rear window insulated shades, these are made specifically for the Promaster.
Now, because we're not just going to install these, we're going to verify if our theories are true. We're prepared today to take baseline measurements of temperature and noise before and after the install to find out if these really do anything or if they just look good.
Exactly. Is it just in our head, or does it actually work?
Yeah. So this is a great upgrade. It's something that anybody can do. Let's do it.
Let's go. As we mentioned, we chose shades from two different manufacturers, Van Camp and Vanmade Gear, and they each have different attributes that we really liked. Vanmade Gear has a custom set of shades for the entire pocket. It's the only one that does. And they're wonderfully made. Great craftsmanship. It's got some nice insulation, sturdy seams, and it rolls up, from the looks of it, really tight. So we're impressed with how this was crafted. For the back panels, we chose this from Van Camp. It has a more significant insulated factor. They call it the AllSeasonGuard Pro. And you can see these are much more significant panels of insulation than we have from the Vanmade Gear. They also fold up in a more occluded way. We find that we don't look out the back window as much as we do out the side windows, and this folds up like the panels that come with the Pocket that you put in the front cab, which is not a problem for us in the back. Also, there's a significant price point differential between the two. From the Vanmade Gear panels, those are about $250 each. The Van Camp panel is about $75 each. So for what we needed for the installation, this was a better choice.
We've pulled some things together that I think will be everything we need for this install. Cordless drill. This is a temperature measurer. Paper towels and various adhesive removers, because we have to take the old stuff off, the ones that came with the van, and some painter's tape to help hold the new ones in place while we screw them in.
These are the shades that come standard with the Solis Pocket prior to 2026. It's just a thin black material, no insulation. It's Velcroed in, and again, it's black. It makes the cab pretty dark, and it doesn't provide any insulating capacity at all.
I have our generator set up 4 feet from the door of the van. I'm going to fire it up right now. Then we're going to go inside the van and measure what this kind of base level noise is with the generator just running on idle.
Looking at the decibels on Jim's phone, and I'll stop talking, I'll understand what the ambient sound is coming through the existing shades on the Pocket. Looks like it's a pretty reliable 49 decibels.
I'm putting the temperature sensor on this cover now. Look at that, 108, 109 degrees we just hit. That's the surface. You can actually feel the heat against that. And we're not even in Arizona. Testing the rear window covers as well right now. 109.8 degrees on the surface of that black window shade.
If you watched our video that involved working on the screen in the back, you know what I'm going to be faced with when I pull this off. Yep, sure enough. We've got adhered Velcro, some screws, keeping it in place. We're going to be unscrewing this, taking off the Velcro and using one of these products, not sure what's going to work best, to remove the adhesive layer that's left behind when we take off the Velcro. So, power tools. Ew. Well, that's gooey. Ugh. Which adhesive remover works best? Not the 3M. Maybe it works well if it's on a stable surface that the stuff can just sort of pull there and stick on, but on this vertical surface didn't work at all. Matzenbacher's worked just fine. It takes a little longer. The big winner here is Goo Gone. Still takes a lot of elbow grease, but it smells good. These shades come with built-in screens like that. And the Pocket obviously already has screens. We've seen these kicked in some rental units that we've used. So we're going to take out the screens that came with the Pocket in favor of using the ones that come with the insulated covers. Nice and simple.
The new shades also install with Velcro. In this case, they come with more of a rigid thing that you screw in to the sides with screws that they provide. And these will mount such that they roll up when we're done. So I'm going to get this placed and measured, and I'll use some painter's tape to try to hold it in place. This painter's tape, which is recommended by the manufacturer, just won't stick to this. Maybe because we've cleaned it so well, I don't know, but that doesn't work. So measure and screw. We got the new shade aligned, and the top Velcro is going to mount 1 inch down from the top. It's just going to skim the old holes. Unfortunately missed that one, but that's where we'll screw in the height of the top of the new one. Hold that steady. Okay, the instructions say to do this every 8 to 10 inches. I like 10. Perfect. One thing you want to be careful is to be very gentle as your screw gets tight. You don't want to overspin it and strip the plastic underneath. So just go really slow when you snug it up. Like that. The distance from the center of the top Velcro strip to the center of the bottom Velcro strip is just about 17.25, tiny bit more. So that's how I'm going to align the bottom one against the window.
Although we measured for all of the pieces around, you'll notice that they're pretty close, as in completely close, to the surround of the window itself. So there's really no other place for it to go. Again, this is custom designed for the Pocket. Now let's see if it fits. I hope it fits. All right, and there. Maybe we should have zipped that. All right. Look at that.
I'm on to installing the one on the cargo door now, but there's just no way to get the screws against the bottom of that window. So I'm going to be disassembling this panel, these screws top and bottom and along here to try to get in there.
The install's complete, and I love the color of this new one. It's called Sandstone, and it's a great match for the interior of the Pocket, a lot lighter than the black that comes with it. All right, let's see how it works. Pretty smooth. Curl it right up. attach it at the top with these little loops, and it's quick and easy, and it takes it right out of the way. And if you want, you can also get the screen out of the way.
Very useful for handing out beers.
Indeed. Same loops. You put these through. This is going to take some practice on my part. And all nice and out of the way.
This is how the cargo door shade mounts. On this side, it has to come down from the top. The reason is, and I asked Vanmade Gear about this, is that if it were to roll up, it can get caught when you open and close the door. So they made it to come down and tuck in, and they actually put a stiffener in here to help it from falling out, which I think looks good. But the question I have is, if this one has to come down and come from the top to the bottom, maybe they all should come from the top to the bottom.
Maybe not. I kind of like how all this stuff is away from the dinette. Like, having all that material there was never a big win for me.
I can live with that, Cindy. In the back, I do think going down makes sense, because if this were rolled up, it would be like right where your head is, and you don't want that interfering with your head. So now this will roll down and go under your pillows.
You have a point there. Plus, I can peek out in the night to see what's going on.
For the back, this is where we're putting the van and camp insulated panels. You know, these don't zipper, these don't open, these windows don't open. And they're way in the back, and they're behind this black bug screen anyway. So we really didn't need the fancier features. We just wanted a nice insulating panel. Now my hope is that we can put these, this says interior up. They have magnets, but I can just magnetize these like that. Look at that. Install complete. That is great.
And now to check the decibel levels now that the insulated panels have been put in. No appreciable change. If anything, it's a decibel louder. So if you're looking to buy these panels for noise deadening capabilities, yeah, that's not a reason to buy them.
We've had the van sitting in the direct sun again for a while now, right on these windows. I'm going to check the outside. 114 degrees. Now with the new insulating panels, let's see what the rear. 91 degrees. And that is absolutely 114 degrees on the outside of this glass. That makes a huge difference. Now let's check the temperature on the inside. This is where it really should matter. 88 degrees. 87 degrees. That makes a huge difference. I'm really excited. This worked great. Another project successfully finished. Cindy, what do you think about this upgrade?
What do I think about this upgrade? 5 stars.
5 for me too. I think this was a great upgrade.
I think it's going to have a huge impact on our everyday enjoyment of this van. Like being able to sit next to the window in the dinette and not get either freezing or hot. I think it's going to be huge.
The data showed it really makes a difference with the temperature differential.
It really does. Not so much with the sound.
No, don't buy it if you're looking for a quieter cabin, but a cooler or warmer cabin, I think it will. Visually also, it really changes the way the interior of the van looks. With the lighter colors, you don't have all the black stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that's really a positive. The products that we used were both very well made.
Very well made.
High quality, easy to install.
Yeah, they weren't the cheapest. This was not the most inexpensive upgrade. No. But for impact on both the visual and the feel of the van, I think it has a huge impact. I think it's worth it to me.
It's also one that was easy. Like, it takes a little time, especially the cleaning, but anybody can do this upgrade. And I think it's a great change visually and
I think so too.
Functionally for the van. So well done.
I really enjoyed it.
Well done with this one.
And if you all enjoyed this video, if it's of use to you, as always, feel free to like and subscribe. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Let us know what you think. Until then, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.